Eita. Ah, ao vivo. Oba, chegando, HCO, mais uma edição, mais um episódio maravilhoso com o encantamento de uma vida espiritual, uma vida que sai do normal para algo mais profundo em você, para a busca, para o mestre, para a meditação, para a celebração e para o amor. E a gente está aqui encantado com essa entrevista que a gente vai passar aqui para vocês. Boa noite a todos, boa noite, Sufi.
Boa noite, estou com o olho aqui no celular.
Sufi
Não estou
Abiro.
não tô conseguindo abrir.
Quem?
Não estou conseguindo abrir pela sua página aqui, porque ele aparece o vermelhinho no link, mas a hora que abre, não abre ao vivo. Agora sim. Tá.
Agora sim, em vivo.
Agora sim, ao vivo. Cá estamos de novo. Boa noite, Parita.
Arita.
Esperando o nosso povo chegar, enquanto a gente vai dando os recados de sempre, né? Enquanto a Mina vai compartilhando, Parita está dizendo que só tá ela. Tava meio difícil de abrir aqui para mim. Talvez as pessoas estejam encontrando a mesma dificuldade. Tá vazando um
Só tem
áudio.
eu. Só tem eu, sou
Tá
Tatu.
tá entrando mais gente aos poucos. Mais gente aos poucos. A gente vai esperando o povo entrar.
Com certeza, gente, querida. Vamos chegando. Enquanto isso, né,
Vamos dando os nossos recados de praxe, né?
nossos agradecimentos especiais à equipe HCO, Miguel Fine, meu amor, Parita, Marisa Rotenberg, meu amor, a Gi me guia, a Gi que é a fotógrafa, minha querida amiga, que
Seu
forneceu essa
amor.
linda foto, meu amor. Catarina, Catarina querida, nossa tradutora, legendista, meu amor. Que mais? Sanguinha, meu.
Esclarecendo o seu amor, a Gisele Catarino nos cedeu a foto da arte de
Ah,
divulgação,
maravilhosa, né, gente?
maravilhosa.
Que foto linda.
Acompanhem o perfil dela no Instagram, @gmeguia, né? Pra quem
Agora ela
quiser
tá com
acompanhar.
outro, cara, que é
Tá
muito
com
bom.
outro perfil?
Chama Gaia Underground. Olha que demais, porque ela montou uma agência aqui, né, de passeios aqui no Petar, né? Aí chama Gaia Underground. Muito bom. Mas Jimmy Guia, tá bom, já tem ela lá.
Nossos agradecimentos às nossas páginas. Opa, são grupos de Facebook do Osho que transmitem essas lives também com a gente, que é o Osho Sem Fronteiras, Gabriel Sananda e equipe, o
Tá no ar de
Nelson.
novo,
A
voltou,
Viva
voltou.
voltou. Bem-vindo de
É,
volta,
a
Osho Sem
resistência.
Fronteiras. O nosso Nelsânias da Nova Realidade, Francisco Siqueira e equipe. E também agradecemos a nossa querida Sanguinha, que está sempre com a gente, e aquelas pessoas que nos apoiam com doações. Esse programa segue adiante graças
Sim.
os seus doadores, as contribuições que a gente recebe na chave Pix, que a Mina coloca nos comentários fixos. Bom, vamos seguir com os nossos recados. Um recado importante: nós não somos um grupo oficial um
Canal
canal oficial do
oficial.
Oshi. do Osho.
Oxi,
Hoje somos apenas um grupo de amigos contadores de histórias.
histórias com Oxo. É,
Quem estiver nos assistindo agora ou vier assistir depois, né, a gente deixa sempre o aviso de que não está ao nosso alcance a qualidade da transmissão. Sempre dependemos das operadoras, às vezes está melhor, às vezes está pior. E como a gente faz uma coisa diferente, ou seja, a gente abre ao vivo e transmite uma gravação muitas vezes, às vezes a qualidade da transmissão interfere na qualidade da legenda. A legenda vem perfeita, mas ela
é,
na transmissão às vezes ela fica meio tremida. Daí o que que
craquelada.
acontece? Craquelada, a gente edita e coloca no YouTube a gravação original, fica bonitinho. Falando em YouTube, todas as nossas transmissões, desde o princípio, há 4 anos, estão todas maravilhosamente organizadas pela Amina Didi, a Dívia, no YouTube, em playlists. É só entrar no canal Divya10, como escreve o nome dela aqui, Divya10, tracinho HcO no YouTube. Clica em playlists, está tudo lá, desde a primeira temporada, desde o nosso primeiro episódio.
Para maratonar. Tem gente que
E,
coloca e vai faxinando a casa e coloca lá uma entrevista, outra, outra, vai ouvindo, né? E vai acompanhando lindas histórias de vida. Fala, desculpa, te cortei.
não, não, tá tudo certo, é isso
Não é
mesmo.
isso?
Tem uma playlist em inglês só, que não tem legendas daí, que a gente está ainda construindo ela, porque já nos pediram várias
International.
vezes isso, né, para publicar em alguns canais, inclusive na Europa, estão nos pedindo as entrevistas só em inglês, né, para a gente colocar, porque as pessoas não entendem o que a gente fica falando aqui no início, né, fica meio chato.
É,
Então, então a gente coloca direto a entrevista em inglês. Deixa eu ver se tem mais algum recado que ficou faltando dentro deste contexto de recados. Espera aí. Outra coisa, se houver sobreposição de legendas, a nossa transmissão já vem com legendas em português. Se houver outra legenda por cima, você tem que desativar no seu próprio aparelho, nas configurações do Facebook.
yes.
Ok? Eu acho que é isso, né? Dados os
É
recados,
isso.
vamos à entrevista linda com o querido Tosh.
O Tosh, gente, é um encanto. E é aquilo que a gente falou algumas vezes aqui. Pessoas novas que também entram de coração aberto para o mestre, né? E esse é o caso do Tosh. Ele, ele cuida do Vishram, né? E a gente passou aqui. E é muito lindo toda a devoção, né? E toda a entrega dele para o mestre, né? Para um mestrão como o Vishram. Então, eu espero que vocês gostem tanto quanto a gente gostou. É sempre um prazer compartilhar com vocês esses momentos incríveis.
Gente, então, até já. Na volta,
Inte-
a gente vem dar um abraço de despedida.
é, no final, a gente vem dar um oi. Então, beijo, até já.
So, welcome, Toshi, to our Histórias com Osho. We are very happy to have you here with us.
Yes.
Thank you. It's very lovely to be here.
You know, this year we complete 4 years of this program, Histórias com Osho, that we are very happy with the result. Beautiful content, beautiful interviews. And it all started for us to express our love for Osho. And we started talking about ourselves, and then we start inviting friends to come. and then everything went kind of by itself, you know. One thing leads to one another, and here we are with you.
Yeah,
So
beautiful.
welcome again. Yeah, so this program is kind of our honoring the Osho's legacy. Yeah. And in this way, we met Vishrant. So then we met you as a disciple and the manager of Vishrant. Is that right? How did this story start? Does Osho have a role on it?
So you know how Vishrant met Osho by accident.
Yes.
I met Vishrant by accident.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
I'm in Perth now. I live in Perth, where Vishrant is. Actually, I'm in the office, which is in his house at the moment. He's downstairs.
Uh-huh.
uh, I'm originally from Sydney, which is the other side of the country of Australia, and I was looking for a new house to live in at the time. I'd been in Perth for 2 years looking for a new house to live in, and I found this place in the hills in Rollystone, which is where Vishrant lives, and I happened to move in with someone who was Vishrant's disciple. So she took me along to one of his public satsang meetings, and my mind disappeared in that meeting. I remember before Vishrant came in, I was sitting there, went into meditation, and it felt very calm and peaceful. But when he came in, it was like I never felt anything like it before, where the mind was just like expanded, so expanded and silent. And so that's what attracted me. That initial meeting with Vishrant and going, I remember thinking, wow, what is this? I've got to look more into it. I've got to investigate it. And there's something here. And in a way, Vishrant is the one who introduced me to Osho. I hadn't heard of Osho before I met Vishrant. And after a while, I started listening to lots of Osho books. I listened to his tapes in the recordings of his satsangs. And it's the same effect, the same energy field, the same love, the same expandedness, just beauty. After a few years, so after that initial meeting with Vishrant, then I started attending his satsangs. I became a sannyasin of his not very long after, I think maybe 1 month. And that was seven and a half years ago.
7.5 years ago. And what's the meaning of your name?
Tosh, Prem Tosh is the full sannyas name, but Tosh means satisfaction or contentment. So my full name Prem is love, so Prem Tosh is satisfied love or contented love.
Oh.
Yeah, and the meaning behind it is the true contentment is enlightenment. So it's a name that reminds me of the goal.
and what was it like the first time you saw Vishrant?
So before I met Vishrant, I was into meditation. I was very interested in meditation, and mainly through Buddhism. So I was investigating Buddhism for about 5 or 6 years. I attended lots of Vipassana retreats, like Buddhist style meditation retreats. And in my years doing meditation, I had found some silence and stillness. So what it was like when I met Vishrant, it was like the feeling of a silent mind that I got at the end of a long retreat, but instantly, straight away. It felt like coming home. That's how I describe it. Like it felt like this is where I belong, like home. That's what it was like. I remember just feeling so like satisfied, so content, just sitting there in the satsang. But when I look back, it was like I wasn't there in that moment. I wasn't there. It was just like this flat experience. That's the best I could describe it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And how
So
did it
beautiful.
impact you? I mean, in your after your life after that, how did it change? How did it evolve? Did you come near him like straight away, or took some time for you to continue to be along with him, physically with
Yeah,
him?
over the years I've gotten closer as a disciple. My life changed immensely. Total 180. I was I was on the way towards joining the military
Oh,
when I met Vishwan. So yeah, in my younger years, I was in the Army Reserve, and I found that to be a very there's this very kind of challenging and exciting experience. And just before I met Vishwan, I'd reapplied to join again because I think I was kind of bored. I was bored with my life. I was a school teacher teaching maths and physics at the time, and then I met Vishwan. So I'd end up, obviously I'm not in the military, so I didn't end up going there, and my life just became about seeking truth totally. Before that, it was like a little bit of listening to videos, listening to audios, watching some videos, reading some books. But after meeting Vishrant, it became the main thing. And obviously now, it's my job to manage Vishrant's organization. So I'm in contact with Vishrant every day. There's satsang almost every day. There's satsang every day except Monday. And so I'm around Vishwan. I talk to him a lot, so I'm in the energy field and in contact with the Buddha field a lot. Yeah, it was a gradual process over the past seven years. Yeah, it didn't happen straight away, but I think what took me here is kind of my enthusiasm towards being near to Vishwan. Does that make sense?
yes,
Totally.
totally,
Totally.
totally. Yes,
Um,
yes.
and how was it for your family, your friends, old friends? Is there
I
an impact?
Yeah. I My friend group changed completely. Almost all my friends now are fellow disciples of Vishrant. Some of them are ex-disciples of also disciples of Osho. So all my friends are sannyasins now.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now
and
you now you've got two more.
yeah. And most of the time, I only speak to sannyasins. Like now, this is my life.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful to meet fellow sannyasins of Osho or of Osho's disciples. Yeah, and
Yes,
we just
yes.
connect. We connect on a very deep level you don't connect like this with other people.
No.
It's a very deep connection, like we're brothers and sisters. But to answer your question, how did it affect my relationship with family and friends at the beginning? Well, I would have to say my old friends kind of just dropped away. The friends who weren't interested in truth, because over time I found there was not much that we could talk about. We'd hang out, but I really the conversations I enjoyed were conversations about truth and conversations about love, and other people just can't meet me there. As you'd understand, you can't talk about
Yes.
everything and nothing and love with just the average person. So my friend groups shifted, and my family, because they're all over in Sydney, like I don't, yeah, I don't talk to them very often. But when I do, it's just, again, it's the same kind of feeling. Like they don't really get this. They respect my decision and they understand that I choose to be here. But that, apart from that, they don't. My real family is the fellow sannyasins that I'm with. Yeah.
You see,
A big change.
what I've seen all these years, yeah, is that slowly, family members start seeing the change in you. Then there is a moment they can recognize that, oh, this was good for you. There is a point, usually it happens, not always, yeah, but usually it happens.
Yeah, I'd been into change. If I look back, I'd been into change my whole life. Vishrant was definitely a major change. Like nothing compares to it. But you know, I went from being interested in being in the army to being interested in Buddhism. So that was a fairly big shift as well, and that was a shift of my friends from school towards more Buddhist type friends, which is like I think that was the start of my spiritual seeking. And then the shift towards Vishrant and Osho was another huge shift. And my family was, I think my family, because they're not in really, my sister's kind of into spirituality, but my family, not really spiritual people. Um, but and since meeting Vishrant, actually, I've had children myself. Well, my wife has had children, so we've got two boys. One is almost 3, and another one is almost 1. And yeah, there's definitely been my family has definitely seen shifts in me because you know the experience of being a sannyasin, experience of becoming a father has changed me. So in a way, I think there's been a shift that they've noticed, but yeah, that's all I have to say about them.
Yes, yes.
How old are you?
I was born in 91, which makes me turning 33 soon, in about a month.
And also 7.5 years old, yeah?
That's right, 7.5 years old as a sannyasi.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I make a party. For me, there is a party every year on my senior's birthday. Now I have 2 seniors' birthday. So
Two.
Me
yes,
too.
one from Osho, another one from Swaha. So
Ah.
Yeah, me too.
So what
so
is Abiru your Osho name or or the name from Swaha?
Abiru is from Osho and Sufi is from Swaha.
Ah.
Abiru means fearlessness and Sufi
Yeah.
means Sufi.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
How about Amina?
Amina is from Swaha, means protection, security.
Uh-huh.
And Divya is from Osho. It means celestial life. Jivan Divya, celestial life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So good. I'm doing 28 years birthday, Osho Sannyas.
Yeah.
Oh,
How about you, Abiru? How old are you?
me?
Abiru
Yeah.
Yeah.
is older.
No, she's in 2 days. She's has a Sonia's birthday. Yeah, 28. In December I make 40 with Osho
Oh
and
wow.
with Swaha 4 months.
3 or 4 months.
So
At the same
that's
day.
so we think being close to an alive Buddha to have this experience. I mean, really close, not only in the heart, but physically, it causes a great impact in a Sikha, in a human being. How is it the day-to-day life around vision, doing things and you go dancing and motorcycling,
Yeah.
everything? How is it?
You know, it's like seeing life from a fresh perspective all the time. It's like a breath of fresh air all the time. So being out in the world with Vishrant is like it's like walking through two worlds. So there's this being, Vishwan is like this being of light and at the same time of nothingness, like he's not there, like an empty vessel. But at the same time, there's this light and love from him. And then walking through the world, it's like a bubble of light that I'm following around. I'm following,
Mm.
being close to this bubble of light. And when you spend time with someone enlightened like Vishwan, like the energy field itself kind of, in my experience, it really expands my mind. And in that expansion, after a while, I become quite sensitive to things, like sensitive to other people, to the world. And so walking through, like going to a motorcycle club with Vishwan, going on a motorcycle ride with all these other people, it's a bit strange. It's like I'm in two worlds, this world of light and then the world that we live in, which has all sorts of energies. So it has changed me in that I'm a lot more sensitive than I used to be as to energy. Um, but I'm a lot more present. So being with Vishwan is kind of in a way like unpredictable. Have you heard the I know Vishwan talks about it, but the saying of it's kind of chaos being around a master.
Yes, I can imagine. I knew some people around Osho, so I know. Sometimes I was glad not to.
To be so close.
It's not easy, yeah.
Not easy, yeah, because the thing with Vishwan is he never forgets his job as a master, as a teacher.
Mm.
Like his job is to help us take apart the ego, and Vishwan is a master at using Shiva, the destroyer.
Mm.
So there's so much I could say about being with him. It's like always there's an opportunity to just drop into the beingness, into the nothingness. That's always there. So it's like having a gateway into silence, into into the universe with you. At the same time, I watch him talk to other people. He'll talk to people as when he's out. Like he's because that's what he loves. He loves people. So whoever he meets, he'll say hello. He'll light them up, and then you see this love. And sometimes we sit at a cafe, and you wouldn't, if I see him meet people, and some people are very attracted to the energy field. They can feel the peace and the silence, and so he's just an invitation to come and see. Yeah, and for me, it's just beautiful. There's nothing like it. No words to describe the experience of being able to hang out with a Buddha, have
Yeah.
have tea with a Buddha.
There is an Osho song which says, Osho, your love is an invitation to live a life of celebration. On the wings of love with you we fly.
Yeah, yeah. That
Oh,
sounds like an accurate
sometimes sometimes we sing here.
description.
You can sing
Beautiful.
too. More.
Sometimes when we talk about Osho and we talk about Swaha, I had this. Did you see the interview that I facilitated between Swaha and Vishwant?
Oh, was
Yes.
that you?
That was me, yes. The the third one was me.
Ah,
We
the
did
third one.
three,
Yes.
Okay, the third one.
three.
The
So the
another the other ones were with Maitreya.
Traya,
Maitreya.
Yes.
Traya did the first two, and I did the third one. Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. The third one is very beautiful also.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're beautiful.
The experience of talking about a master, I feel that draws them in as well. As we talk about Osho, as we talk about Vishwanath, and we talk about Swaha, I kind of start to feel them here. Yeah.
We we interviewed Swaha some opportunities already. One of them was presentially, you know. It was before we took sannyas. We had 3 interviews with him. Yeah, and I can just imagine you, Swaha, and Vishrant at the same screen. You know, that's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so powerful having Vishrant and Swaha on the same screen. You know, and that's just 2 awake people. So I can't imagine what it would be like if we had more together.
So we keep searching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on you.
We had another one with Nukunu. He's another awakened sannyasi,
Uh-huh.
and
Osho.
we had some few more hints. So we are after people. Let's see what happened. And for us, it's like connecting with these beings. It's like connecting to a supreme force, source of light and love. Yeah, that's something beyond this material world. It's not expressed in words, yeah, in images. Are just words and images or sounds are just like a little glimpse. So what you feel in your heart is very precious. Yeah, that's for me. This is an enormous source of love. Please say whatever comes to you about that. Yeah, do you
Yeah.
want to share about this experience of love?
I agree. It feels like it comes from a different dimension. You know, it feels like it's a so Vishrant is just always radiating love, always radiating peace, silence, and stillness. There are times when he's more gone than others, when he's more in beingness, like the awareness is stronger in beingness, and then the experience out here is there's such a strong force of light, of love, of silence, of stillness, of universe. It's just like you can disappear into it, just takes you away. So sometimes it's stronger, and when he's more out here, like dancing, talking at a cafe, then it's not as strong, but it's still there. You can always tune in and disappear. And I think you're right. I think Vishrant says this as well. It feels like the energy comes from a different dimension, like another. It's out of this world. There's nothing. There's nothing like it. It's just nothingness, 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 and at the same time, so much love. Like whatever is loved. I've never met anyone that where I can feel just totally 100% loved for the way I am. Perfect, like I feel like I'm perfect in that love. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. And you see, how is it to manage to with the worldly affairs, you know?
Mm.
How not to space out or something, how to bring this awareness to practical things. Because for me, Vishant is also very direct and practical, yeah?
Yes.
He says he's pragmatic, yeah?
Very, very. In managing the organization, I speak to him quite a lot because he has he's much better at business than I am. And he's, in a way, he's mentored me into managing better and better as the years have gone by, because he has that skill set of running successful businesses, so he knows what's required, and in that there's been that teaching of this is how you run a successful organization. So I go to him for advice a lot with every kind of major decision we have to make, or even just managing people, managing volunteers. Vishrant he always sets such a brilliant example to follow of how to motivate and inspire people. He's very good at that. And so for me, it's been like a learning curve. So I was trained as a teacher, as a school teacher, not really as a business person. And I wasn't really involved in business until after I met Vishrant. So in a way, it's been a journey of big learning curves for me. So lots of surrender, lots of growth, and I can say that in the Buddha field, that's happened so fast, because it just offers this opportunity for that supports surrender and supports let go, and in that space, like, I find you can grow a lot more because there's less restrictions or resistance in the way of growing. And how it is to manage the day-to-day activities, I feel like a lot of it is I'm motivated by spreading Vishrant's teachings and meeting people like yourself. We have Osho disciples come, Osho sannyasins come every now and then to satsang. Actually, a fair bit now that Vishrant's grown. His reach on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram has grown a fair bit in the past year. So we're getting more and more sannyasins coming, and it's like that's the reason why he does what he does. That's the reason why I do what I do. It's to share the light to as many people as we can, and a lot of people appreciate the directness, the pragmatism of Vishrant's style. And I guess that's why having that as a motivator for me helps me not to space out and, and actually just to do the work. And I think I've learned to be more relaxed as I work, as I sit like here in the house. This is my office, which is in Vishrant's house, and the Buddha field is here. So in a way, like, if it's there and I can tune into it, and I can vanish, and at the same time I can sort of just type an email, put an event together, talk to people.
Wow, that's great.
So,
That's great. 24 hours a day in the Buddha field.
well, I don't sleep here, so it's not 24 hours.
No.
We did many.
So half of it. So.
Yeah. I think for a seeker, nothing is more valuable than finding a Buddha field and spending as much time in it as you can. And that's just my direct experience, is that the energy does so much undoing of the mind and its defenses and old things that are in the way of freedom. And so, I like I said earlier, I listened to hours and hours and hours of Osho, and like, I love the way that the things he says. I loved his talks, but most of all, I loved his energy field. Because back when I listened to Osho, I was doing a lot of outdoor work, like in the garden and stuff, and it was so nice to just be able to tune in to the Buddha field while I was working. And it felt like you said, it felt like 12 hours a day in the Buddha field, because that was before I became the manager of the society. After I stopped teaching in the school, I became a gardener for about a couple of years. So I had the opportunity to just listen and work at the same time because I didn't really have to think much. You know, it's just, yeah, it's physical work.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we are very lucky people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're so lucky to have met enlightened beings, enlightened masters.
And how is the program there? There are retreats. How is?
Vishrant runs. He holds satsang every day except for one day. So there's 3 meetings that are public satsangs, so anyone can come, and they're on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday at 7:30 in the evening, and they're broadcast all over the world, so anyone can attend on Zoom. And the Friday meetings are also in Perth, so if someone's in Perth, they can come. And then on Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday, Vishrant also holds mystery school satsangs. So, do you know of mystery school?
Not Vishrant ones, but another ones.
Yes. So, so the Vishrant Mystery School is he holds the session. So they're mystery school and satsang at the same time, which is a bit unique. I think Vishrant did a lot of Osho mystery schools that were run by other sannyasins.
Mm-hmm.
But Vishrant's always run his mystery school. So mystery school is about having a deeper investigation into what's in the way, or the obstacles to love and to enlightenment. So he calls it the work, like doing the work on yourself, looking at the belief systems that you hold, and looking at the patterns that you have that are in the way of truth, in the way of love, and giving you the opportunity to remove them. So those mystery school sessions are kind of like deeper versions of the public satsang meetings. And then 5 times a year there's retreats, and they're basically satsang and mystery school retreats. So on the retreats we have up to 3, sometimes 4 satsangs a day.
Wow.
And apart from satsang, the other activity that we hold is like a group, just a group meeting where we can discuss certain topics. And Vishrant is pretty much also always in those as well. But they're like an informal satsang where we can chat, where we can talk to each other and give feedback to each other. It's like an encounter group. And Vishrant will come up with a topic that we talk about, and we can ask questions and we can give each other feedback. So it all supports doing the work to raise your consciousness levels by seeing through the mind, getting feedback from others on what you're doing that's not working for you. And so I think it's because this is the way that Vishrant came. He did a lot of encounter, he did a lot of groups, he did a lot of mystery school, and he did a lot of retreats. So his program is mystery school, satsang, retreats. And they're all very dynamic. So it depends. Like, I can't really say what the retreats are like, except there's always a Buddha field. So that's always. But what we talk about always depends on the people that come and the people that ask questions. So it's always dynamic. It's always alive.
So there is something going on all the time there, yeah? Like you said,
Yes.
daily satsangs and this intensive work also, yeah? That's very intensive. We can just imagine, yeah?
Yeah, it's quite involved. I think I haven't come across a spiritual organization which is so active. So in a way, the sannyasins that are here are very devoted and dedicated to the path, because it's a full, like it is a full-time thing. It's a full-time thing. But we also have sannyasins who, because of personal reasons or because they have children or families or work commitments, they don't come to every session. They just come whenever they can, especially for people that are different time zones. So sometimes our satsangs are like in the middle of the night for them. And that's the beauty of having Zoom. when they're available, they can just come and join satsang, and then so that we have people from all around the world now join us, and that's the beauty of it, that we can say hello to sannyasins from all around the world.
Hmm.
You're on the other side of the world.
Yes.
Yes. That's good. We have technology. We are taking the best of it. Yeah.
Is it cold where you are? Is it
Yes.
winter?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's winter time.
Yes.
So I live in the very south of Brazil. You see, in the map there is a lake, big lake in the south. And I'm near that. So it's cold. Her place is not so cold.
Not so cool.
It was about 6 or 7 degrees this morning.
Yeah, your place.
Oh, yeah.
Must be about that.
But you have heated houses, yeah?
Yeah, there's a heater. There's a heater in the house. Yes.
Yeah,
Luckily.
yes. We don't use it here because
Yeah.
it's very few days like cold.
Oh,
Most of the time is not so cold. So just 2 weeks of cold and that's it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have heated houses because there's no use for it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when it's cold, we use like coats inside.
Yes.
So Tosh, so beautiful talking to you. You know, we always, me and Amina, we always talk about joining all the enlightened Osho sannyasis together one day for a big festival. How beautiful that would be.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing, but difficult job to get it
Together.
to get it done. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
First,
my experience of dealing with sannyasins, you know, dealing with people that are into freedom, like awake people is a whole different category. But even just sannyasins, it's like they're all rebels in a way.
yes, yes,
They're all like
Yes.
they're all used to going against going in a different direction to society. So they're all like
yes. That's the one of the main Osho teachings is that to be rebels. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's why we also almost had problems with the institution of Osho.
It's very hard to hold a group of rebels together.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's the people who made changes or make changes always are the rebels. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
there is a group of Indian sannyasis who are rebelling against the institution there,
Ah.
and they're called the rebels. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Against copyright of Osho, against this kind of things.
Yeah.
Because there is even a motto of this group. They say it's like Osho is a birthright, not a copyright.
That's very true, isn't it?
Yes. So I think we coming to an end of this interview. Do you have any more questions, Amina?
No, I wanna ask you the last question.
Okay.
We ask always to our guests one word for Osho, but for you, we're gonna ask you different. One word for Vishnu.
Love.
Okay, great. Beautiful. So, speaking on that, send our love to Vishrant.
Yes, beautiful
That's-
Vishnu.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Tosh.
Thank you, Tosh. Nice to
So
meet
beautiful, so beautiful to talk to you. Thank
you.
you,
Yeah.
Thank you,
Same.
thank you.
thank you.
Ai, gente, que delícia, né? Gostaram? Espero.
Hum. Estamos abordando o amplo espectro do mundo Osho. Até os netos de Osho já estão vindo. Gente, um recado importante: na semana que vem nós vamos estar em retiro, então voltamos daqui a 2 semanas com o HcO, dia 20, hoje é 8, 7, 15, dia 22. Voltamos com o próximo episódio.
22 de outubro estaremos de volta. Muito mais histórias para contar, histórias para encantar ou histórias para inspirar.
Falando em retiro, em satsang, estaremos nesse fim de semana com o nosso amado Swaha. Então, voltamos dia 22. Muito obrigado pela presença de todos e por nos acompanhar. Beijo
Beijos.
grande.
Minha querida, até 2 semanas. Beijo, beijo, beijo. Até mais.